All right, welcome everybody to the October Ask Your Guides live VIP event. So glad to have all of you here. If you haven't already, put question in the chat to let me know that you have a question, because not everybody does. Some people just like to listen, and that's perfect. You probably will find that along the way, questions that you have will just get answered, because that happens all the time. So let's see. I think we're starting to fill up over here. Great. I've got a couple of questions. We're going to start with just a little grounding and just centering before we dive in and do the questions. So just sit back, take a couple of deep breaths, close your eyes. Maybe you want to rub your hands and get that energy going. Yeah, so let me just hit the mute here. There we go. Now it should be quieter. Okay, so thank you to everybody who comes to the circle today and brings your energy and beautiful intentions. You are what makes this event special. Each and every one of you are loved and appreciated. Thank you to all of our guides, our collective teams who join with us to make this a massive circle of energy, love, and light. You are safe here. You are protected. There is only light in this circle. And we ask all of our guides to come together, bringing their energy, lifting ours up to make today extra special. As we go into the autumn season here in the upper side of the world, and the lower side is going into their spring. Whatever season you're going into, be mindful, be present, notice what's going around, because there's so much happening in the world right now. When you are present and you notice when you're feeling a little bit out of alignment, you can switch back quickly. The sooner you do that, the better things will be. If you haven't seen the new video I posted on Sing Your Song, that's what it's about. Encouraging all of us to be present, to continue doing those little tweaks like we're driving a car, just tiny little adjustments so that we don't get too far out of alignment with our soul. Because when we do, that's when we're headed towards a crash. So the sooner you notice and make corrections, the better. And that's always true. As we are all moving forward and shifting our vibrational frequencies higher, this becomes even more important, because with higher frequency comes higher responsibility. So where before you might have been able to get pretty far out of alignment before you noticed consequences, now, because you are more finely attuned, you'll notice consequences much sooner. So that means corrections much sooner. And this is not to scare you. This is a wonderful eventuality, because we're moving into that higher fourth dimensional frequency as Gaia herself moves into fourth dimensional frequency. That's going to take us to Earthtopia. That's going to take us to the land of love, light, peace, and harmony. So guides, is there anything you'd like to share with us today before we start? I'm just feeling this love light, beautiful golden white light flowing down, so warm. It's like a big warm hug, just enveloping all of us today, letting you know that you are so incredibly loved, each and every one of you equally by your Creator. That is true today, tomorrow, and forever. Nothing you could ever do or say will change that. You are perfect, magnificent, brilliant, and resplendent. Allow yourself to accept that love from your Creator. And remember, when you speak unkindly to yourself or you have negative thoughts about yourself, you are in contradiction with your Creator, who says you're perfect, magnificent, brilliant, and resplendent. So how can you be any of those negative things you might have been thinking? So your guides are encouraging you to be mindful of the thoughts and the words. And when something inadvertently comes out that's unkind, that's critical, take it back quickly. Apologize to yourself. Replace it with kind, loving, uplifting words. You will find, as you do this for yourself, your heart chakra will expand. You will feel more love towards the rest of the world, and you will be more loving and kind to others. It will expand. And this is part of our mission as light workers. Be in that love and light. No matter if you disagree with them or not, as a soul, they are perfect. They may be living a different reality than you are, and that's okay. We can still love them as the perfect soul that they are. So that is the loving intention that our guide teams want us to bring into this circle today. Which is so beautiful. Thank you for that message. On behalf of all here, we say thank you, thank you, thank you, and we are ready to begin. So let me just pop back up and find the first question. If you haven't already typed question into chat, please do that, because I'll be going down the list looking for the people who have questions. So the first question is Sarah, if you'd like to unmute yourself. And you did type something here, but if you would just speak to me your question, Sarah, that way I can get
Hello,
a
Deborah.
hi. That way I can read your energy.
Thank you. My question was, what area of my work should I be focused on to become more in line with my purpose?
Okay. And what are the options?
Possibly to continue as I am cleaning and teaching, or to move towards maybe teaching mindfulness or reflexology.
Okay. So for Sarah, seeking work that is most in line with her soul purpose, would that be to continue what she's doing now? No, that doesn't feel aligned. And what about reflexology? Reflexology. Yeah, that feels aligned, Sarah. But the caveat that they're bringing in is that, of course, you've got to be responsible and you've got to continue to earn a living. So perhaps for some period of time, you may need to continue doing something that's not in alignment with your soul. And that's okay, as long as you're working towards moving into something that is more in alignment. And it feels like reflexology is just one door opening for you, that once you start doing that, it will expand, and more of that kind of work, perhaps more energy work, will come into your awareness and your desire to be involved in. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because I'm a qualified Reiki healer, but I wasn't able to find work doing that. And the work that I do now is what's been sustaining me, but I know it wasn't fulfilling me. So that makes a lot of sense, that the reflexology I felt would move me into the area of energy work again, which I love doing.
Yes, and you can always combine them. It doesn't have to be just one thing. All of these things that you have been learning over time, you've been combining into some new format of work that you will be offering to the world. Eventually, you might add more components and come up with a unique combination that you would offer. So in the beginning, don't be afraid to go out there and do it for free to connect with more people. That very often is the case for energy workers, that to get established, they do need to do some freebies. I did a lot of freebies in the beginning. And it's good because you get the practice, you get into the flow. And then as people appreciate what you're bringing, then you can move more into a business.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, the next is Cap. Cap, if you'd like to unmute yourself and speak your question.
Hi, I DM'd my question. I find it very hard to speak it out.
Okay, let me read it then. I felt guided toward a person who at the level of logic may appear to be a long shot. When I started following the guidance, I experienced amazing synchronicities that changed my life. I don't know this person, have never met. We live in different continents, but I feel a telepathic connection and energetic presence. Is this a spiritual catalyst or the right future romantic partner for me? Okay, for Cap, this person that she feels so drawn to, is this a soulmate? No. Is it someone she has a past life connection with? Yes. Okay. More than one past life connection? Yes, more than one past life connection, Cap. That's why you're feeling drawn to this person. Now, is this person an optimal romantic partner? Now, see, I'm not getting that. That's why I asked the question for you, Cap. So just because you have past life connections with someone doesn't mean they're going to be a great romantic partner for you. It simply means there's an energetic attraction like magnets because you've got unfinished business with that person.
Okay.
So you may meet, you may never meet, but just know that there is something from the past that's drawing you to that person. If you meditate, you might want to go into meditation and just see if you can get any clues about what that is, or that's something that I could do in a past life reading for you, or someone else could do for you. So just know that's what it's about. That's the reason. There will be people for all of us throughout our lives that we will connect with or cross paths with that we'll feel drawn to. We won't know why. And very often it's because we have past life issues with them. We can resolve them, or we can go on and resolve them in a future life. It's totally up to you. The most important thing, Cap, is to each and every day reach out to do what feeds your soul, expand your consciousness, and have a really good time. That's the prime directive from Creator.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Okay, just scrolling down. If you haven't typed question in yet, please do that. It looks like the first person coming up is Nina. You've got a question about your father's family. And if I missed anybody before, Nina, let me know.
Thank you. Good morning. What happened to my father and his siblings when his parents were jailed during Prohibition? Who did they stay with?
Okay, so Nina, what's your father's name?
Fred.
Fred. Nina's father, Fred. When his parents were jailed, where did he go? Who did he stay with? Can you shed some light on that? It feels like energetically there was a lot of confusion at that time, a lot of scrambling, like there weren't family members handy that they could pass them off to. So it was really hard to find someone. So are you saying that, did friends step in? No. It's almost feeling like they were living a little bit of an isolated life. They didn't have a lot of resources to reach out to. And it's feeling to me like they went into the system. And so were they fostered? Is that what happened? Not fostered. Did they go into what, like a home or something? Yeah, that's what it's feeling like to me, that it was some kind of, maybe not a home as we would think it, but some kind of a group facility where they could be cared for because there was just no one independently who could take them on. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, we just don't know. So I was trying to figure out where I might look for that. I've been able to piece pieces together, but that's certainly.
Let me ask the next question that comes up for me. So how long did this last? Was it years? No, it was a shorter time than that. Okay, so more than 1 year. Yeah. More than 5 years. So as the children were aging out, they left. So I'm getting it's like more than 5 years.
Pretty young, like 10.
Yeah. So I'm getting like more than 5 years. Definitely that. So how old was the oldest?
10. And my grandfather got out early, so I know my folks went to my father went to live with him probably within a year or so, because he got out early.
Okay, well, I'm getting it's like more than 5 years that they were in this predicament before they were able to really settle. So it almost feels like, you know, it was just a lot of jumble because there was so much going on in the world at that time. There wasn't a lot of care and resources devoted to people in that situation.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Very different from what it would be today.
Totally.
Yeah. You're welcome. So Ivana, yes, it's time to say you have a question.
Some of us got ahead of ourselves last time before you were online or something, so I thought I'd ask. All right, it's hard to do it without background, so I'll just say I feel like I have a major resistance or energy block when it comes to exercise and making healthy choices and taking action.
Okay. So for Ivana, is there some kind of a block that's getting in her way with making healthy choices and exercise? Yeah, okay. And is this something from the present life? Is it also connected to past life? Now, this is all present, Ivana. So is it something from childhood? And what about adolescence? Yeah, something from adolescence. So was it a message that she picked up maybe in her family situation? Yeah, I'm feeling like it was somehow this message that was conveyed to you. And it's about self-esteem. It's like not feeling that you're important enough to put in the time and effort, the self-care. Does that make sense?
I guess. It's the real question is, what do I do to get rid of it? I physically feel like I am trying so hard, spiritually, mentally, physically, to get past it. I've even done past life regressions and broken things from the past. I've been told by my guides it's a choice, but then, I go to bed, setting my intentions. I get up in the morning, I do my meditation, and then I just physically feel like something is holding me back from taking that next step. Every once in a while I break through, but there's no consistency. And it's just like, the choice is, no, I'd rather go back to sleep. And I know that's not what I want.
Well, maybe your body is just not geared to be a morning person. Does it have to be then? It could be that you're being a little inflexible with yourself. So maybe if you did it some other time after you were already up and around.
What has happened when I've tried that is usually it gets put off to nighttime, and then sometimes it doesn't happen, or I do it at nighttime and then I can't sleep. So I don't know. There just seems to be this constant wall, like this pushback.
Yeah, so in your meditations, if you can focus on allowing that vital force energy to come in and fill you up, allow yourself to feel that love. Your angels are literally, and I mean literally, I'm using that word correctly, they are standing around you, holding you in this big group hug. That's how much they're trying to penetrate your being with their love so that you will feel it from them and for yourself. Until you step into that place, letting go of all that self-judgment and self-sabotage, it won't change. But they can help you change it bit by bit, step by step. When you said you were trying so hard, that was the clue. That's resistance, right? You've got to flow into it. So as you allow more love to come in for yourself and you really start to feel that, you will lovingly make better choices. And don't beat up on yourself when you don't. Say, oh, okay, well, I guess today I decided to choose something different. When you start being kinder and more loving to yourself, it will start to shift. But you don't want to put all these conditions on yourself that will make you pull into self-sabotage, because remember, you are wired to be independent, honey, and you will resist when somebody puts rules on you, even yourself, right?
Yep.
You want to go into resistance as soon as somebody tries to lay down the law to you, even you. So you've got to find ways of asking yourself, is this what I really want for myself today? Is this the most loving thing I can do? It's changing the conversation will help you a lot.
Because I also feel like I've told myself until this piece is in place, other things aren't going to fall in place. The business and all that, like it's all in my mind contingent on getting this piece in place.
And that's a limiting belief. So that's beautiful. Acknowledge that for yourself. Let that go. Lean into, I love myself and I want the very best. I want to live this vibrant, joyful life. So in this moment, what is the choice that I can make that will allow me to do that and that will feel wonderful?
Thank you.
It might look different than what you think it does. So
expectations are tough.
Yeah, just be playful with it and try different things. Make it a game. This is where you need to flip the script. If it's work and all that resistance comes up, it's not going to change. But if you make it a game and, oh, I scored a point today, look what I did, and you can celebrate and have fun with it, that will help a lot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Amy, you're up.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your question?
Deborah, I have a little fur baby and she's rather sick. And I think that she's getting into a more acute stage. So I would like to know if you could ask my guides what sign they can present with me or to me to help me assist her when it's time to help her assist across the Rainbow Bridge.
A sign to let you know when she's ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So for Amy, what is her name?
Roxy.
Roxy. So for Amy, is it possible that Roxy can give her a sign when she's ready to go? Is that time now? No, not quite yet. Okay. So how will Amy know? What can she look for? I'm seeing her laying in your arms and she just looks into your eyes with one of those soul gazes. You're going to feel it in your heart chakra. It's just going to be like that. It's not like she's going to all of a sudden start sleeping all the time or anything like that, because she's going to go back and forth. You know, they get bursts of energy.
Right.
Get towards the end. So that makes it really confusing.
Right.
And hard for you. But also, here's what they're whispering now, Amy. The right time is when you say it is. It will be perfectly fine with her. So when you feel now is the time, whether you've gotten that soulful look or not, then do it. It's better to do it a little too soon than too late. And she's going to be good with it. She knows and trusts you. She loves you. She will be fine whenever you decide it's right. But if you need something from her, look for that sign. Does that help?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Lots of love to you and Roxy. Sorry, guys, my thing jumped here. Annette. Annette.
Hi, hello.
Hi, what's your
Hi.
question?
I just wanted to ask, when I was very young, from about 6 into my teens, I used to doodle, and most of the time it was a sword or a staff with a snake surrounding it, sort of wrapped around it, you know. And nobody knew, I'd never seen it. And nobody knew in the family why I used to do it and where it came from. It was just in my mind. And I just wondered what, I did it till I was about 14, 15, or maybe a little bit more. And then I just completely forgot about it. And it's sort of come into my mind recently. And I just wondered, what was there something there? Was there a connection to something? Please.
Okay. Sure. So for Annette, what was this doodling with the staff and the snake about? Was that something that she had physically seen? Okay. And was it present life? No. So it was past life. So it was a memory you brought with you. Okay. And was it something that she herself had? She had the staff and the snake? And how many past lives ago was this? I'm getting like 32 past lives ago.
Wow.
I'm seeing you in the guise of like a prophet, but you were also a shepherd. So you had the staff.
Right.
This is kind of funny. The snake feels like, you know how witches have a familiar that they use. It feels
Right.
like the snake was like your familiar.
Okay. I was
So-
petrified of snakes when I was younger. Strange.
Yeah. So it was like the snake was there, and I can see it coiled around your arm. And in some way, the snake was helping you with what you
Okay.
were doing. So I see you as like a prophet, and you were going around and speaking to people. So you were a male in that lifetime. Yeah. So the fear of snakes, is that from just this life then? Yeah, that's something in this lifetime.
Okay.
But now that you understand that you had that kind of a connection with a snake, maybe you can
Right.
take that into meditation. Try and visualize that and feel the snake as your helper. That might help you to get over your fear of snakes if you can reconnect with what you
Right.
felt in that past life.
I mean, I actually do intuitive counseling, coaching, and healing. And strangely enough, recently I was watching a program, and on this program there was in stone. Apparently, there's a Greek, goes back to the Greek god that he used to. This Greek god, Asclepius, I think it was a god of healing, and the staff and the snake was identical almost to what I used to draw. And I was quite blown away when I saw it. And I thought, whoa, because I've never seen it before. And I never saw it when I was younger. And I was baffled why I used to doodle all the time, always with the snake wrapped around the rod or whatever it was, so.
Yeah.
So I just wondered, is there a healing connection or with healing from the past?
Probably more of a connection with who you were, and you're starting to pick up and remember, which many of us are. We're in that time where we are reconnecting with our soul, and that means past lives as well. Deja vu, that's a way of connecting with past lives. We'll get that little flash. That's what that's about.
Yes.
So it's coming up for you now in your ascension process, something that you can heal.
Yes, definitely.
And you can reclaim that understanding that you had before, and use it in whatever way it works for you to use it.
Right. Okay. Yes. Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Rachel, you're up.
Hello, Deborah. Some
morning.
great insights coming up today. Wow. To make it really quick, because there's a lot of people who are there, I prepared 3 really just optimal yes or no, and that's it. So is it optimal for me to accept another house in France in 3 weeks?
So another house in 3 weeks in France, is that an optimal choice? Yeah, that feels really good.
Okay, cool. Is it optimal to accept the house in Switzerland over the winter?
A house in Switzerland for the winter, is that an optimal choice? No.
Really? Wow. I was gonna say yes. All right. Yeah. Wow.
Something
That's
out of alignment with that house in Switzerland.
wow.
Doesn't
Okay.
mean you can't
So
do it, but it's just not the most aligned choice.
okay. So well, yes, exactly. So yeah, my thing was like, is it optimal, or should I wait and something else comes up? So I will wait, at least give it another week. Okay. And then am I still aligned? That's the final thing with my YouTube goal.
Okay. Is the YouTube goal still in alignment? It's kind of in between. There's something that needs tweaked. So it's not no or yes, it's in between.
Okay. Anything else that comes up? No.
No, it's just a big, I don't know right now. It won't say yes or no. So that means that something is out of alignment, because before it was in alignment and now it's not. So something has changed that has caused it to not be in alignment. And that doesn't necessarily mean you. That could be an outside force.
Oh.
So you have to look to see what's different and feel your way through it. Where does it feel sticky as opposed to smooth and flowing? You're always looking for smooth and flowing.
It's definitely something I have to do, right? Even if it's not me.
So it's something Rachel needs to change. Yeah. you're always going to have to do that. You're always going to have to adjust as the market changes, as what you're talking about changes, as your audience changes. And I get a hit with that one. So I think maybe it's about your audience changing and you shifting to meet them if you want to keep that audience.
Yeah, I was thinking all week about, adjusting my titles. So I'll keep working on it.
Yeah, just keep tweaking. You'll get there.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome. Mike, good morning. What's your question?
My question is, will the settlement happen by Wednesday?
So for Mike, will the settlement on his house happen by Wednesday? Oh, it's up in the air, Mike. It could go either way right now.
That's what I thought. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry. I wish I could tell you something different.
I have lots of things like that right now.
Yeah, it's
Thanks.
just the time. If the timing is just a little off, and so it's draggy.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Karen says she's just listening. That's fine. If later you would change your mind, that's fine. Shirley, you have a question.
Yes, thank you. I feel very connected with angels, and I'm wondering what my soul's connection to angels is.
Okay. So for Shirley, does she have a special connection to angels? Yes, you do. Does that mean that she spent time in an angelic realm? Yes. So you have spent time in this angelic realm and you've done a lot of work there. It almost feels to me like you went to school there, Shirley. So you learned a lot and now you're implementing it in your life. And of course, you would still be connected to the angels because they would be continuing to help you and to feed you new information as you needed it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. So do I have angel DNA?
Does she have angel DNA? Yes. So that
My guides told me that. I wanted to check.
Yeah, that would probably mean that you originated on Andromeda or one of the angelic realms.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Dawn.
Hello, thank you. My question's about a relationship. I just got back from Santorini, Greece with my boyfriend on September 27th, and he's become distant, and now I feel like he's ignoring me. What's going on?
Okay.
We had an amazing time.
What's his name?
Anthony.
Okay. So for Dawn, what's going on with the relationship with Anthony? Why is he all of a sudden distant? It's feeling like he had a really good time, so good that it scared the crap out of him. And now he's taking a step back to reevaluate. I don't know. Let's see. Let's ask, is this because of he's had bad relationships in the past and he's just gun shy? No, that's not it. Oh, too good to be true. He's feeling it's too good to be true.
Oh, is he going to break up with me?
Oh,
Is he thinking of breaking up? It's not that he's thinking of breaking up. He's scared out of his wits. So if you just back off a little bit and be supportive, just be with him, give him space.
Okay, so I haven't reached out to him. We haven't talked, we haven't communicated since Monday, and I'm holding myself back from communicating until he comes to me. And then he's leaving for Mexico for 5 days next Sunday, and I really want to see him before he goes.
You could just text him or send a note and say, I'd love to see you before you go. And if we don't, have a wonderful time. And that way it's not feeling clingy to him. Because right now you're in very clingy energy and that's going to drive him away. So
okay, I won't you just so not waiting for him, like me reaching out like maybe Monday saying, I'd love to say that, or just, and that'll help it, or just.
Well, that way he's not going to feel like clingy. It's like, hey, it would be great to see you before you leave, but if that's not possible, have a really good time. That way he's going to feel less pressure. Because if he feels pressure, he's going to pull away more. So the best thing you can do for Dawn, this is all about Dawn. This is not about Anthony. This is about you, focusing on you, taking very good care of you, doing things that make you happy. Do not postpone your life waiting for him to come around. You keep doing what makes you happy. And then he might just notice how great you are and how much happiness you have in your life and be more drawn to you. The worst thing you can do when you're feeling that way is to go into that desperation and, clinginess. That will just drive a lot of men away. So focus on Dawn. It's about your journey and your happiness. And then he can choose whether he wants to be a part of that happiness. But I get the feeling, the energy from him that he feels the relationship is too good to be true. So he's like, can I really trust this?
And can, because I'm freaking amazing. And like,
yes, you are. But if you're going at him with that clingy energy, he's not going to feel it. So you've got to be in an empowered energy so he can see how freaking amazing you are and feel how amazing you are in all ways.
okay.
Yeah, so just breathe, relax, allow your life to flow. Search for that
Thank you
happiness
so much.
every day. Take care of you.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Laura Fritz, you have a question. Are you there, Laura? Laura, are you there? I don't see her. Does anybody else see her? No. Okay, so we'll keep going and maybe she'll come back. Sydney, you're next.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm wondering if the efforts I'm putting forth through the Coursera learning program, I'm working on a Google XD certificate program to work with websites and possibly even be hired by Google.
Mm-hmm.
Is this energy and efforts with this program going to yield a well-paying job and new career shift?
So for Sydney, is the Coursera work that she's doing likely to lead to a well-paying job? Yeah, it's a really good investment of your time. It feels very aligned with you. Is it highly likely that that job will be with Google? I get a no on that. So don't put your eggs all in one basket. That's what I'm hearing. So you've got this brand new skill that you're honing.
Yep.
You want to check around for more than one place, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. It's just something that Google crafted.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume they're just they crafted a program so that people have skills that they're looking for,
Yes.
but it has value. The certificate has value other places, I assume.
I get a yes on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Heather.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to know, what are my next steps in my spiritual journey?
Okay. So for Heather, what are the next steps for her on her spiritual journey? They're saying the sky's the limit, baby. Just get moving forward. So it's about you leaning into what feeds your soul, not allowing others to put their idea of who you should be on you. You get to decide that. And that means not even creators putting that on you. You get to decide that. So the things that bring you joy, that light you up, that feed your soul, find ways to do more of that. And as you do that, as you try this and you discard what doesn't work and you try something else, when you find that thing that just really lights you up, you're going to know it. It's like ping pong or pinball machine. Ding, 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 ding. All the lights are going off. It's going to feel so wonderful. You will know then. But until you've had that experience and found that thing that feels that way, you really don't know. It's just a matter of trial and error. What are the
Thank you.
things? We can go through some of the things that you're thinking about and ask if they're aligned, if that would be helpful.
I feel like I should be a medium. Like I hear stuff, so I feel like that's the route I should be going. But I also feel like I'm blocked. Like I don't know which direction to go.
Yeah, switching into being a medium, there's, for almost everybody, there's block because it takes a lot of faith and trust in what you're getting, right? So one thing that can help you with that is if you use like my access prayer for the Akashic records. You could use that. You could use some other fine kind of access. But when you use an opening prayer, if you will, that sets your energetic intention. It also helps you to be more confident in what you're receiving. And I go through the Akashic records just because I know if I do that, it's all truth, love, and light. But you do what feels good for you. So if you're wanting to go that direction, I would say try using some kind of an opening prayer to make that connection, to feel like you can trust what comes through. And if that's what your soul is aligned with, it will feel more wonderful. You'll start to trust it and it will flow. In the beginning, when you start doing that kind of work, it's very halting. You might get a bit of this, you might get a bit of that. It's not like it's just going to flow naturally. It takes practice.
Okay.
But let me just ask the question for you. So being a medium, is that an optimal choice? Oh, yeah, as long as you feel it. They're saying if it lights you up, do it. And it doesn't have to be forever. It could be something you do for a while, and then maybe it leads you to something else. But over and above all of that, it's always what feeds your soul.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tulin, I see you raised your hand. If you could just put question in chat if you didn't already, because I don't always see the hands and I don't want to miss you.
Sorry, it's my first time here.
That's okay.
I'll do that.
No problem. I just wanted to let you know because I did see your hand right now. Susan, you have a question. Susan, are you still here?
Yes. Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
I just would like to know if my team has anything they'd like me to know.
Okay. So for Susan, what can you share with her today? They're saying greetings and good day, and then they're blowing you kisses. There's this group, and I'm seeing all these little hearts floating up in the air, you know, like you do on social media sometimes.
Yes.
People were throwing those hearts. So they're sending you a lot of love and support.
Oh,
it's
wow.
also nurturing is the word that's coming up. They want you to know that they are sending you nurturing love and support because they're trying to lift you up into a better energetic place.
Okay.
You feel better and you can receive healing.
Okay, great.
So anything else you want to share with Susan? Yeah, they just keep blowing you kisses and letting you know that they're just standing around you all the time, supporting you. You don't always feel it.
Yeah.
But the thing they're saying, she does feel it. She just wants to pretend it's her ego, right? Because
dear.
You tell yourself it's just your ego. It's not really them. It's really them. They want you to know that. When you think you feel it, believe it. You really do.
Okay. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that, Susan, because that's a beautiful message for everybody. It's true for all of us.
Yes.
When you think you feel your guides or you're praying, you're meditating, and you get this message, don't doubt it. Accept it. Believe it's from them. And if it's something you can take action on, then go take action quickly. There's a reason it came to you. And that's why things like the access prayer are so important, because if you go into meditation with the access prayer, then you can trust what you're getting is from your guides. Stop telling yourself it's your ego, because what happens is for most of us, we block so much of what they're sharing with us because we don't trust.
Yeah.
That hump is really hard to get over. So if you take nothing else away but this, know that when you do that prayer, whatever you get is from your team. You can trust it. You can take it to the bank. You can act upon it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Deborah.
You're welcome. Kimberly, good morning. Is Kimberly still here? I saw you earlier. Don't see Kimberly. Maybe she had to step away. Okay, so we will come back to you. Sharina.
Hi there.
Hi. What's your question?
Sorry. I have a question. I feel like there's a change coming. I know there's a change coming. It has to do with either my job or my location. And my question is it related to my job? Am I changing jobs? Or am I just changing location, moving out of the state and doing the same thing? I'm a teacher and I love teaching. I'm also a healer, which I love doing as well. So yeah, that's my question. Is it a job change? Is it a location change? If it's a location change and I'm moving out of state, what state is most optimal for me?
Okay. So for Sharina, this change that she's feeling, I'm seeing like this beautiful blue. I don't know what that's about. Are you saying like she's going to travel over water? Okay, I got a yes on that. So is it a change of location for her job? Is it changing jobs? Is that what's coming up? Is it also moving from her home? No, it's not necessary to move from your home, but a change of jobs. And is that into a different career entirely? Yeah, it's feeling like it's time to shift into a different career. Is that what you're feeling? There's something that you want to do that you haven't done, that you maybe have held back?
That's just it. I mean, I love teaching. So healing is something, but I can't see myself doing that full time. Is it that I'm going to switch from teaching in a school to maybe working with homeschoolers, or is it just a different way of teaching?
Okay. I'm still seeing that blue. Very, very vivid blue. So is teaching still an optimal choice for her? Yeah, teaching is still an optimal choice. So are you saying that it's a change of venue for teaching? Is that what it's about? Yeah. So it's like the place she's at is no longer the best choice for her. Yeah. So is there an optimal job out there that she could easily switch into? Yeah. And is it teaching in an institutional setting? No. Is it teaching remotely? Something with teaching remotely? Okay. And what about the healing work? Should she also pursue? Would that be a wise choice to pursue the healing work? Yes. I'm feeling, Sharina, like in some way you're going to combine teaching and healing. You may not see it yet, but be open to that. Move forward into what feeds your soul. Look for opportunities where the two paths can cross. Because you learn these things and you're drawn to these things for a reason. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean you have to do one or the other. Sometimes you can find a harmonious way to combine them. But that blue, that vivid blue kept coming up. So, it's the color of the blue that's in the Zoom logo. So if you see a place to work that has that blue in their logo, pay attention, because that blue came up for some reason.
Okay, wonderful. And is that something coming up in the, next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Is that I mean, I feel like it's coming close. I feel I've made a commitment to the school I'm at to carry my kids through 8th grade, which is finishing this year and one more year. And then I feel like that's a good time to change. But
Okay, so let's just ask the optimal time to change jobs. Is it more than a year that's optimal? Yeah, more than 2 years? Okay, so more like 18 months, somewhere in that time frame. That feels good.
okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And that could change because, you know, opportunities are going to be shifting. So
Right.
today it's approximately 18 months, but just be open to what comes across your path and feels good. So when you notice one of these opportunities, take it and run it through your solar plexus. Just feel it. Let it sit there for a bit. And if it feels really exciting and wonderful, then maybe you want to explore it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let your intuition guide you on that.
All right.
And you can always come back and ask if you have something specific. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Kimberly, did you come back? Okay, no, Kimberly. So Beth, you're next.
Hi, Deborah. I
Hi.
just want to thank you for doing this and also thank you for connecting me with Belinda. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
So my question is just what do my guides want to tell me?
Okay, so for Beth, what exciting news do you have to share with her today? I'm feeling this really warm feeling in my solar plexus. So it's a feeling of anticipation, like you're moving towards something that's really exciting and wonderful and like yummy in the tummy kind of feeling, if that makes sense. It's just a yummy feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, my new job. And I think you connecting me with Belinda was just like a really positive thing.
Oh, awesome. So does that answer your question or was there something else you wanted to ask about?
No, that kind of answers my question. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for being here.
Take care.
You too. Dawn, you're up.
Hello, Deborah.
Hi.
Thank you for doing this.
Welcome.
My question is, I've been working on a manifestation for like 2.5 years, and I recently, just this past week, took a step that I felt kind of compelled to do. And I wonder if it's going to kind of expedite my manifestation.
Okay. So for Don, this new step that he's taken, is it going to expedite his manifestation? It's in the middle. It's neither yes or no.
Okay.
So it's not really impacting it.
Okay.
But is it it's a good thing, this step? It's a good thing, but it's
Okay.
not necessarily connected to the manifestation in the way that you think it is, if that makes sense.
No, actually it doesn't, but
Okay.
so
Can you clarify?
is there any kind of indication when this manifestation will come?
Okay. Can you tell me what it is, or is it too private?
No, that's fine. My fiance and I have been going through the K-1 visa process, and COVID and some politicians and so forth have just slowed down the process. And, you know, we recently reached out to a senator to help us expedite it. And that's what I was trying to find out, if that's going to help or not.
Okay. So let's ask that specifically. So is the senator going to be able to help expedite the visa? I'm getting such a lack of interest on the senator's part. It's like going through the
No
motions.
surprise there.
That's what they have to do, but it's like, don't put all your eggs in that basket. So is there something that Dawn can do to expedite the process? They're saying, yeah, stop noticing that it hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
Move forward with your life knowing that it's going to happen that will
Okay.
help. Because when you're in that energy of noticing that it's not here yet, it's not here yet, it's not here yet, it's like you're shoving it away with both hands.
Right.
So it's
Okay.
like each day, if you wake up so excited, one day closer to getting that visa. I am so thankful and grateful. I'm happy. That's the energy you need to get you
Okay.
over the hump.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep us posted.
Yeah, sure. Will do.
Okay. All right. Eleutheria.
No. Good evening.
Hi.
Here we are. Hello. My English are not so good, but I will try to be specific so you can understand me. Hello to everyone. My question is about, I am thinking to move from Kalamata to Athens, and I don't know if this is good for me to happen in the next weeks, the next month, or in several months.
Okay. So is it a wise choice for Eleutheria to move to Athens? Yeah, it's a wise choice. Okay. So what is the optimal time frame? Would it be less than 3 months? No. Would it be more than 6 months? Yes. More than a year? No. 9 months? 9 months feels like the sweet spot.
Okay.
So you're giving birth to it, giving birth to your new life in Athens.
I think I need some months to be prepared about it. Since I don't work now, is it wise for me to, because it's about to leave, to get involved here with the social work I am doing? Is it wise for me to be more involved or to make a step back from it?
Is this a job you currently have, or it's something you're thinking of taking?
It's a social work, but it's about also for me to work in this.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's okay to be more involved or
okay,
have a
so
distance.
Would it be a wise choice for Eleutheria to take on this social work before she moves? Yeah, because it feels like it's going to help you to stay more energetically balanced. It's going to give you focus every day. And each day, just like Dawn, you can get up and be happy and grateful that you're moving one day closer towards moving to Athens. But it will give you something productive to be doing and a source of income in the meantime. So that feels like a really good choice.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Daniel, it's been ages. Great to see you again.
Hi, yeah, it has been some time. Yeah, and wonderful to see you again. So it was so nice to see this email today. Well, I don't want to take, because I know there's, quite a few people here, but I broke up with my girlfriend about 1.5 years ago. And now that the government has realized that, I got an email about a month ago saying I had not only to move out of Holland, but the entire EU. And of course, that freaked me out pretty big, because everything is like, we'll get back to you in 8 weeks with this. We'll get back to you. So having 4 weeks that, and she's been incredibly helpful still, but we went through all the paperwork, sent in the paperwork to have me stay. But I don't know. I mean, part of me has really become very fond of here, but yeah, I don't know if I am needed back in Michigan, or yeah, I don't know where the next where I'm going to be in a year, and I don't know where my heart feels the most aligned with, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. So would it be an optimal choice for Daniel to try to stay in Holland? No, it's feeling like all the doors are closing on you, Daniel, and there's a reason for that. So would it be optimal to move to Michigan? Is that the best choice, Michigan? It feels like, at least in the short term, that's a good hopping off place for you. Good landing place to, readjust to a new environment and then figure out what you're going to do next. I'm not feeling like you have to stay there unless it's really a good situation for you. But definitely not Holland. What about other countries? Are there other countries that would be an optimal choice? No, right now it's feeling like coming back to the States. Yeah, I get a big yes on that. Coming back to the States is your optimal choice. And then you springboard from there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, everything's in such flux that like I've been playing baseball and softball, and like if there's any wisdom I can drop, don't let decades go by not doing something you love. I forgot how I've been coaching, and it's been so helpful with just feeling connected, and I have so many fond memories, and I get teary-eyed when I talk about it, and I'm so grateful. But yeah, it's not that I'm homesick, but yeah, I really miss family and friends that I haven't seen in such a long time, and with what's going on, yeah, I mean, so many family had operations and different things that I could be there to help with. So, but yeah, I don't, yeah, I don't know what my next steps are. I don't know where I'll be in a year. I don't know what I really, want to do right now. I mean, I've been writing a lot more, and that's been really helpful. And it's something I'm still very passionate about. And I really haven't done anything with the Looney Bin Journal, with that being, and I realize I've maybe I want to, because I think in the long run, more people will die of suicide than COVID, which is, such a horrible thing, but it's I think very, very honest to see with what's going on with people. So yeah, I don't know.
Are you looking to get involved with an organization that is working to combat suicide? Would that be
I wouldn't like take it seriously, if the right situation were to be presented, but it's not something I don't know if I really want to run full,
Oh, I
into.
don't mean as a job. I mean as just something to do, like volunteering. Are you looking to get involved with that kind of an organization?
Yeah, I would be
okay. I'll send you a connection.
Okay.
A lady I know who's writing books and very involved in that work. So it feels like there might be a nice match there for you. But what I was hearing while you were talking is you're a traveling man, and it's time to get those feet traveling back to Michigan.
Yeah.
Hang out for a while and then decide if you want to stay there or move on to another place.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That was incredibly helpful.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Glad you were here. Janny, you're next.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to be here and hear everybody and just get feedback. There's always answers for yourself in somebody else's question.
Yeah, it's funny how that works out.
Yeah. My husband has been guided to go to the Southwest to find ley lines for healing, physical and emotional, mental healing purposes. And it seems like he's just stuck on moving towards that. And I don't understand that. I don't understand why he's not just jumping into that as an option for him, because he always talks about wanting to move to Sedona. Well, let's go and find a place to help you heal in Sedona. I'm curious about what his block is and if there's something that I can do to kind of facilitate that. I don't know.
Okay. So for Mark, is there something blocking him from making the move? Yeah, something blocking. Okay. It's fear, Janny. It's fear of failure. It's a big responsibility doing something like that. When you're called, I think of Moses. When Moses was called, what did he say? I can't do that.
Right.
Ultimately, he came around, but it took a while. So I think if you can support him and remind him that he wouldn't have been called if he wasn't capable of doing it. That's the truth. And he's not going to be happy in his skin until he answers the call, because it's just going to be there, you know, niggling away at him. It's like it's there. And then he feels like a failure because he's not taking action. So that just compounds all of that negative energy. So could you just take a trip there?
It's even getting him, he's so stuck in feeling bad, and he allows that feeling bad to hold him back from everything. I mean, not just a little tiny, not a big trip, even just making plans to go see a concert because he might not be well that day. And the concert's just like 20 miles away.
Well, and maybe if you could communicate to him that what he's doing is he's planning to be sick. Because if the thought is always, I can't do it because maybe I'll be sick, he's creating that. That's what he's manifesting.
And if I say that to him, he is not a happy person with me.
Yeah, you can't change him. This is something that you might not ever be able to help him with. It's just, that's where he's at. So don't let that stop you from moving forward on your soul journey. You keep moving forward and doing what you need to do for your soul. Maybe he'll come along, maybe he won't. But you don't want to get to the end of your journey and then have all these regrets.
Right.
That you didn't pursue what your soul wanted to pursue. And maybe that means you go to Sedona by yourself or with friends. It's like, hey, I'm going to go. You don't have to.
I can't be left alone. There's not really anybody to stay with him. So
could you use guilt? I mean, I don't like to use guilt, but every once in a while it really is effective. It's like, I need to go. I'm going to do this, but I can't go unless you go. So could you please? And we'll do all things to make you comfortable. We'll set it up to make it as comfortable as possible. But, you know, in some way, guilt him a little bit. That might be the nudge he needs. I have to do that with my mother-in-law because she won't let us do things to take care of her unless I use guilt. That's the only thing that works with her.
Yeah. It's worth a try.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, give it a shot. There's got to be an opening there, but ultimately you can only work on yourself. And then he'll change or he won't.
Right. And towards that end, are there any things that my guides want me to know about that piece of, you know, working more on my spiritual journey or working on myself, whatever?
Yeah, I just see you soaring like this beautiful bird. So it's about you each and every day leaning into what feels best for you. Keep doing that, because what's going to happen is your energy is going to shift in this most marvelous way. And I'm seeing you glowing like with an angelic glow. And he's going to feel that. He won't be able to stay the same. He'll have to change. So he'll either have to go away from you because he can't stand being around you when you're this angelic being, or he'll have to shift in some way to be comfortable. And that would be a very positive thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All of us, that's true, Janny. It's always about working on ourselves. And that benefits those around us if they allow it to.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think my name's jumped again here. Beth, it says that I missed you, but we just talked. So maybe this is an old message. And Yeah, I think I got back into old messages. They must have jumped. So the next one I see here, and I'm sorry if I'm getting you out of order, guys. Sometimes this thing jumps around, is Goddess Mawu. That's the next name I see. Are you still here? Saw you a little bit ago. No, I don't see you now. Okay, so she must have left. I see Jenny put a message in here for you, Amy. So if you didn't see that. Joanne, you're feeling wishy-washy and you want to ask for general advice. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. You still here, Joanne? There you are. I see you.
Yeah, hi. I have a couple of projects on the go, and I get these moments of energy, and then I just kind of, I'm not really sure which way I'm supposed to be going.
Well, there's no supposed to be. It's always leaning into what feels best. So I know you're putting fun in your days, so you've got that going on. So just lean into that joy, that fun. Make life a game. That is the wisest thing as a soul that we can do, because when we make life a game, we're in that childlike energy of joy, wonder, and delight. And then we can lean into the things that feel the very best. So let go of what you're supposed to do. Lean into what does your soul want to do? Because your soul wants to go out and dance and barefoot in the wet grass under the sunshine and the big trees. You know, your soul just wants to get out there and feel that joyfulness. So you want to do more of that. Does that make sense?
Sort of.
And then the buts come, but I can't do it because of this and I can't do it because of that. So think about it this way. If that's the most important priority in your journey as a soul, and you don't do it, you're going to have a lot of regrets when you get to the end. But on the other hand, if you do it even a little bit and allow that to expand, that will help those limiting beliefs to fall away. That will help you to see the breadcrumbs and the opportunities that your guides are lining up for you. When you're in that energy of, I can't because, or but, you're closing those doors as fast as your guides are opening them. So whenever you see something and you think that, flip it around and ask yourself, okay, that looks intriguing. How could I do that? How can I do that? Find a way to do it even just a little bit if it feels good. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've been trying that for a couple of years. So obviously not doing something correctly.
So what's the thing that comes up for you that just slams you in the face?
I don't know.
Okay, and what is the thing that you would want to do right now more than anything else if you had no limitations?
I have no clue.
There's your problem. You have to figure out what you want to do, because your guides are not going to tell you what to do. It's what do you, Joanne, want to do? What would make you feel so wonderful?
I enjoy coaching, and I've had great success with a great number of people, but there's so many roadblocks in the way, and I keep trying to get around them, and they keep showing up. So I'm wondering if I'm even on the right path.
So let's ask the question, is coaching the optimal choice? Yeah, it's a really good choice for you. So here's the thing. When you're driving your car, if you come to a boulder in the road, you're not just going to turn around and go back and say, oh, I can't go forward because there's a boulder in the road. You're going to drive around it. Just like the river that's flowing. When it comes to a boulder, what does it do? It goes around or over. It just keeps flowing. It doesn't allow the boulder to stop it. So anytime you come up against one of those blocks, it's incumbent upon you as this joyful soul to look at that with fun. Make a game out of it. How can I get past this? There's always a way. Be like the water in the river and keep flowing. And when you make it a game, Then it gets to be really fun. Oh, wow, look what I did, how I got around that one. And here's another one I'm going to get around that one. And all of a sudden, you're going to find there are fewer blocks because now you're focused on blocks. When you focus on blocks, what do? You create more blocks, right? So it's every day focused on being in the flow of energy. How can I flow more? What is easy? Because life is not supposed to be toiling. Living, it's supposed to be flow and easy.
That's what I keep saying.
You're probably telling other people that and you're not doing it yourself. So here's the thing. So you don't get overwhelmed because it's feeling like you're overwhelmed. Break it down into little pieces. One thing you can do at a time to shift into a better feeling place. And know, Joanne, that coaching is darn hard these days because there are coaches teaching coaches teaching coaches.
I am actually teaching coaches and people.
Yeah, it's a very competitive industry. But when you're doing what you're led by your soul and you're in that joy, you will attract the right people to you and you will help them. You're already helping them. So do you have a journal where you keep track of your wins?
No,
okay.
Because I can't read it.
Okay. So how could you get around that?
I don't know.
Could you dictate it and then have it read back to you by the machine?
I don't know.
Well, you could record it. You could record it and you could listen to the recordings, right? So, okay, that is a big block. I understand that. And that's rough, but don't let that stop you. Otherwise, you might as well roll over and give up, right? So you need to be able to go back and relish those wins, get back into that energy of what it felt like to be in the win. Anytime you start feeling low, if you can go back and look at your wins, it will really help shift your energy. And that's all you have to do. It's a very simple thing. What you don't want to do is let yourself get drugged down into this place you're at right now where you're feeling really bad, because it's hard to get out of there. So you baby step your way out. Right now, since you don't have it recorded, start recording. Go back in your memory. Anything you can remember that was a win that felt really good. Record those for yourself so that you can listen to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you need that validation. Here's an idea. Get a bunch of your wins on a Zoom call with you and tell them that you're needing a little boost and ask them if they would share with you how their life has changed from working with you. Because I'll bet you there's a lot you don't know about what you've done for them. And then you'll have that recorded. You can go back and listen to it. That's one thing you can do pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you willing to do that? Is that a task you'll take on?
I could try. Everybody's on different schedules, so I'm going to have to take a week or 2 or 3 to organize it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But right now you can sit down and you can record your memories of the wins. Get into that energy, right?
Yeah.
And then add some meditation to it, because that'll just kind of seal it all together in a really wonderful ball of energy. Go on to YouTube. On my channel, there is a meditation called Vital Force Energy Infusion or something like that. That would be a really good meditation for you, because it lets you fill your tank up, because your tank is feeling a little low right now. Get a recharge of vital force energy. That might give you just enough boost so that then you'll be able to shift into the energy of recording some of those wins. And the more you start remembering and reliving how that felt, that will help shift your energy too. So just keep moving forward one step at a time on that path. You don't have to shift from feeling crappy to having a party all in one step, right? It's baby steps to get there. So be kind to yourself. You're really being very hard on yourself right now.
Oh, I'm hard on myself all the time. I have super high expectations that I can't live up to. It's a lifelong trait that I've been trying to break for several years.
So let's stop trying and let's do it one step at a time. Speak kindly to yourself. And I know you teach this because I just saw you post it recently. So let's take your own advice, coach, And my guides say that to me all the time. I'll be saying something and they'll be like, don't you think you ought to take your own advice? I'm like, oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
I do tell myself that.
They want you to internalize that. Be kind and loving to Joanne. Because you know, when you're not, you're actually telling Creator that they are wrong. Creator says you're beautiful, magnificent, perfect, and resplendent. When you start beating up on yourself, you're calling Creator a liar. Right?
Yeah.
It's not true. It's a story that you made up. Totally not true. And if you allow it to be, Creator will come and wrap their arms around you and just fill you up with love. In fact, I think that's part of that meditation. So that would be a really good place to start. Does that help?
I'm sorry?
Does that help?
Yeah, those the same things I've been telling myself for the past several months.
Yeah, but now I'm telling you. And Creator's telling you. Your whole team is telling you. They're jumping up and down cheering, saying, come on, Joanne, get with the program. We got stuff to do.
Yeah, I guess progress would help, I suppose. Seeing some actual progress would help.
Yeah. Well, expect a lot, but accept a little. You know, be willing to accept a little bit and celebrate it. Did you want to add something to that, Janny?
I'm just wondering, Joanne, if you're feeling, you just had this huge summit and there was so much energy that you put into that, that probably sapped you a little bit as well as really filled you up in a way, but it was also draining. And maybe you just need to give yourself some time to breathe and sit back and kind of bask in the energy of that summit that you had and appreciate that and know how much that brought to so many people, myself included. And I'm seeing messages here on our board string to that effect as well, that was huge. That was a huge gift. And that you need to make a bath of that and soak in it and rest for a while. And then start thinking about what the next steps might be, but be easy with yourself on that. I think a lot of times, I know this for myself when I'm working with friends that are having issues, or when I worked with students that were struggling as teachers, and you're in a position as a teacher, as a coach, oftentimes we don't take our own teachings to heart. And you need to be as kind to yourself as you are to the people that you're coaching. And I think we get into teaching and coaching because we feel like there's something wrong with us, and we're doing that to make ourselves feel like we deserve a place in the world. And you deserved a place in the world before you got here. Your being here shows you that. So bathe in that and rest in that for a while. Give yourself a chance to recoup and take that energy then to go forward. I don't know if that helps or not.
You're pretty much telling me the same thing I've been telling myself.
Yeah. So sometimes it's not enough for us to tell ourselves, but to hear it from other people. And I'm reading it from a lot of people as well here right now. Just trust it. Because it's something that I've struggled with too. I understand where you are right now because I've been there, and there is a way out. And the way out is to kind of throw those old feelings out, because you're putting your own roadblocks in the way. The roadblocks aren't being placed there by somebody else. You're putting them there. And an exercise that I try to do every morning, that I've just started like this summer, is making myself smile from my toenails all the way up.
I love that.
Before I get out of bed in the morning. And it was something that I picked up from one of Elizabeth Gilbert's books when she was in Bali. And her yoga instructor told her or asked her, "Is your liver smiling?" And the image that created for me was just so funny. I laughed out loud as I was reading that. And so when I was feeling really down earlier this summer, I just kind of asked myself, is my liver smiling? And that led me to this exercise of starting, especially on days that I know are going to be challenging, to make sure that everything inside of me is smiling before I face the day. And it's been amazing. So that was a part of self-love, I guess, that I didn't recognize. So make sure that your liver's smiling from your toenails all the way to the tips of your hair and to the tips of your fingers. I don't know. Love and blessings to you.
Thank you.
And you know, sometimes you just have to have your little pity party and get it out of your system. And that's okay. Do that, but don't stay there. Move out of it as quickly as you can. But mostly it's feeling like you're just really exhausted. So some self-care, regrouping, and some lovely affirmations. Keep us posted, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Janny.
Yes, thank you, Jenny.
Okay, let's see. I think the thing jumped again, so bear with me a second here. Katja said, focus on you 100%. And she has a question. You still here, Katja?
I am.
Hey.
Hey, so awesome to be here. Long time.
Wonderful to have you. I'm trying to find you up here.
I don't have a camera. I'm still in bed. I'm just
That's
loving
okay.
on myself today. That's what I'm doing. So I have two questions if we have time, but I'll start with the first one. So I've been doing lots of work around releasing emotions from my body specifically and done a lot of different modalities, but I found one that I was drawn to, which was very surprising. It's a screaming, certain way you do the screaming to do the release. And by the way, Joanne, that might help you as well. However, I realized I physically can't scream. I can yell, but I can't scream. So it's like my boss, there is a huge resistance, right? So probably there is a resistance in my body. My body is tight. So it's like my both my mind and body blocking my throat chakra from screaming. And I'm doing it safely, by the way. There is a way to do it safely, not to, damage my vocal cords and stuff like that. So I'm just curious how to unblock it.
Okay, so for Katja, what's going on with not being able to scream? They're saying, Katja, you can scream silently. You're judging the result instead of allowing it to come out. When you stop judging the result, you'll probably get more volume. But in the beginning, so what if you just open your mouth and you're thinking, you're feeling screaming, but you're not hearing anything? Does that make sense?
It makes total sense. I absolutely judge it. Yeah, 100% makes sense.
Yeah, stop judging it. It's whatever you produce is perfect. It's the energy that's important. It's not the sound.
Okay, so it's a practice too, right? So it's instead of me judging it, to continue doing and releasing as much as I can at a time. It makes total sense.
If it feels good, maybe that's just not your thing. But if it feels good to do it, then yeah, give it a shot and see what happens. But just stop putting all that pressure on yourself. Because you put all that pressure on, then that puts more tension in your throat and it closes up, and then you're less likely to produce anything. So if you can find a way to make it fun. Fun only relaxes the muscles more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So that answers that. And the second question I have, so if we have time, so I've been drawn to program to invest in, but I have a mixed feelings about it. and I'm not sure what it is. So it's like I've really drawn it into it, but also it feels like it's not quite right for me, maybe not quite right time. So can we ask my guides on that?
And it's what's the question? I didn't get that.
Should I invest in this program at this time, or it's not the right time, or maybe not the right program?
Is it an optimal? Can you give me the name of the program or what it's about so I can ask about that?
It's the next level of mindset work. I'm a mindset coach, and but it's for me specifically to kind of grow to the next level of my. It's not about coaching. It's not like they teaching me to coach.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
okay. I
about
just
my
needed
own
something
personal.
to call it to hone in on it. So this mindset coaching course, is this an optimal choice for Katya at this time? I get a big yes on that. So it feels good. Go for it.
I have a mixed feelings about that. That's why I'm kind
That's
of.
ego. Yeah, that's ego.
Hmm?
That's just ego
Okay.
and fear, right?
Gotcha.
It's scary.
Okay.
It's scary up leveling. But you ask your guides, they said yes.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
either
yeah.
take their word for it or you don't, right?
Makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Goddess Mawu, is she here? I think she may have left. Okay. Epiphany, are you still here? There you are.
Yes,
Hi.
I am. Hi. So my question is about my career path that I'm on right now. I'm going to be finishing up apparel design school at the end of the year, and I just want to know if going in that direction, apparel design, is going to be financially lucrative for me.
Okay. So is this new career in design going to be highly likely that it will be lucrative for Epiphany? It feels like it will be ultimately, but you know, there might be a little ramping up.
Mm-hmm.
Not like you're going to jump in and all of a sudden make a fortune, but it has
Right.
great potential for you.
And so would that be having my own line or working with another brand?
Okay. So would the optimal choice be to have her own line to start with? And what about working with another brand? Oh boy, I get a big yes on your own and not somebody else's. Because it's almost like that's closing doors on your creativity if you're being forced
Very
to
true.
walk somebody else's path.
Okay. Yeah, awesome. Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Good to see you.
You too.
Roberta, are you still here?
Yes.
Awesome. So you said, are there any contracts you're holding with past relationships that are ready to close? Can close them. So let's first ask for Roberta. Are there contracts that she's holding that are ready to be closed? I'm getting a no on that, Roberta.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah. So if you're feeling something, let it go because there's nothing that is there for you to worry about.
Great. I've done lots of work on it, and I was just hoping that we were on the next, like opening into the next, whatever that is.
Yeah, contracts are an outmoded function that we used when we were less awakened as souls. We don't need them anymore because we can choose to have those connections or not in our present lives. So all those old contracts can just go away. And if you've done the work and you cut the cords, then believe that they're gone.
Amazing. And do my guides have any messages for me today?
Okay, is there anything you want to share with Roberta? They're doing the happy dance that you have done this work, that you have cleared. And it's like, set sail.
Okay.
Warm, calm seas ahead. Let's go.
Okay.
Don't let any of that stuff hold you back. It's time to move.
Okay, super. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like your pumpkins in the background.
Oh, thank you. Tulin, finally we get to you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Deborah.
Is that
It's
how you
very
pronounce
nice to
Tulin?
see. It's Tulin. Tulin.
Tulin. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm excited actually. My heart is full, and yeah, I don't have a specific question, but when I saw your email, I was like, yeah, let's go in there and let's see what my guides have for me. And I'm really curious about the message that's going to come through.
Okay. So for Tulene, what would you like to share with her today? I'm seeing you in a warm bubble bath, and there's this golden divine light around you. So it's like you have leaped in all the way. I mean, you're, up to your neck in this bubble bath. You are allowing all of that divine love and energy to flow to and through you, which is so beautiful. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been a long path for me. But yeah, and recently I've been going through, many epiphanies. Like I release, almost all expectations, and I feel free. Maybe not physically yet, but on a soul level, I really feel free, and I'm actually ready to soar, but I'm waiting for the right time, and I don't know what to expect actually, because I think where I am right now, location wise, it's not the best place for me. So I'm waiting for something to come up and so I can leave, but don't know how, don't know when. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but you're in the perfect place for that, because you're in that state of joy, love, and light. You are sharing it, you are beaming it, you're luxuriating in it. That's the energy where you will see when the doors open, when the breadcrumbs come. And you don't have to see the next step. It will come when the timing is right. So when you're in that place of peace and joy, it can't get more perfect than that. Just keep doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I ask you something? Just one little thing. I'm right now doing many things actually. I always I had something against the system in general, and I didn't want to be a part of them. I didn't want to feed the system. I am against it, and I've been doing my own thing, and I have some clients, and everything's going well. And I'm really happy about where I am right now, where I'm at right now. But am I, of course I feel good and I know things are going right, but I really want the validation. Am I on the right path? Like, am I really on the right path? Is this really the ultimate path, or is this just
no, of course you're on the right path, or you wouldn't feel like this, right? But is it the ultimate path? No, you're not done yet. Keep doing what you're doing. It's perfect. Just stay in that place of joy, love, and light. That is aligned with your soul. Do the things that feel the best and keep making choices that feel the best. That's in alignment with your soul. Don't worry about the rest. You don't have to see 10 steps ahead of you. You just need to see the next step, because they might change.
Yeah, which it did a lot. So that's why I'm.
You're about being in the flow. That's all you need. Concern yourself. Be in the flow.
Yeah.
The rest all falls into place when it's time.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Let's see how it goes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Karen, any advice on an optimum location to be living at this time over the next few months? Herefordshire or Devon? Okay, so for Karen to live, is Herefordshire an optimal choice for her? Herefordshire feels good. Okay, what about Devon? Okay, I get a definite yes on Herefordshire and a no on Devon, Karen. So I don't know if you're still here. There you are. Does that help? Maybe she had to walk away. Okay.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it definitely does help. Is there any other insight or anything from my guides, just that they need me to know at this time, or would like me to know?
So what do you want to say to Karen today? Love and light, baby, love and light. They're just sending you, so they're beaming it in waves. You know, it's like you see on the movies when they do those heat waves that you can see it where it's flowing. So it's that they're sending you all that love and light to help you make the best choices as you move forward, to steady you so that you don't have to worry, and let you know we've got you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, just flow with it. You're doing well.
Thank you.
And Joanne, if you didn't already read the comments, I'm just getting down to some of them now. Definitely want to do that. And Katya says she calls it a Shiro file where you keep your wins. It's so important. Okay, you guys, I think I'm at the bottom and I'm not seeing any new ones. So if you have a question and I haven't yet called on you, please let me know.
Deborah.
Yeah.
This is Cap. You answered my question once. If there's no one else, I would love to ask another question.
Okay.
But I'll wait if there is anyone else.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I am an artist, and am I on the right path, right career path?
Okay. I'm not seeing, tell me your name again.
Cap.
Cap. Okay. Cap. So is Cap on the right career path presently? Yeah, I get a big yes on that. It feels very good. Just keep going.
Okay, because late last year, I finally found the courage to leave a 22-year-long, very abusive marriage. And with the finances, it's very unsettled. I was a stay-at-home mother. I started to be a clinical psychologist, but that got taken away some 20 years ago when I moved to this country. But I was pushed to becoming an artist, which I really enjoy. But obviously the money isn't stable. And so I kind of need to know what I need to do to move my career forward, to settle the divorce and finances. I'm not self-sufficient, not independent.
Okay, so do you have some guidance for Cap on dealing with her financial challenges? They're saying ask for help, Cap. There are people who are willing and able to help you, but you're not asking.
Where do I find them? How do I connect with them?
That I don't know, but look around in your area for resources. There are resources, there are people and places out there. That's what they're telling me, that there are resources you haven't tapped into yet.
Okay.
So ask everybody you know.
Okay.
Let them know that you need help. Maybe it's, you know, a religious institution, maybe it's a nonprofit. There are lots of support groups and things out there that might be willing to help you. And let them know you came out of a long, you know, domestic issue and you're needing help to come back from that, because that takes a lot of support. You've got to relearn to be independent and to take care of yourself. So let them know that you've come out of that kind of a situation. Maybe even look for those kind of support groups, because there are resources out there for you.
Okay, the mediation kind of fizzled. I can't fight and win against this person. He's a bully. And
no, you just want to remove yourself from that person, and that's why you need the resources.
Yes, but my children are there.
That's why you need the resources. They can help you with all of those things.
Okay.
Let them know. Ask for help with the children. Yeah, you don't have to do this alone.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
you love and light.
Thank you.
Joanne, your hand is up. Wagner? Did you have a question?
No, hi.
Hi.
I didn't have a question. I just wanted to know if my guides had anything to say.
Okay, so for Joanne, do you have a message today? I'm seeing yellow, Joanne. So unless yellow means something to you, I would say that's about your solar plexus and your power. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
So it's feeling like they're encouraging you to stand forward in your power more than you have been doing. Take more action.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hold back.
Okay.
It's time to really step into that. It's time to be the warrior, Joanne. There's been a little hesitancy, you know, because it's scary to step into that kind of power, but it's time.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, just looking for extras. Let's see. Rebecca, are you still there? You said you were at work and you might not be able to speak, so. Okay, well, if you come back, let us know. Sydney, you have another question? Sydney?
Yes, hi.
Hi.
I wanted to know if my guides or if they're supporting me doing collage as readings for people.
So collages as readings for people, would that be an optimal choice for Sydney? That feels really good. I get a big yes on that. I'm getting goosebumps. Yes, Sydney, because it's so different from what other people are doing. And, you know, it might take a little while to ramp it up, but yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's channeled work. So I'm really privileged, grateful to be the cut and paste girl. So fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep us posted on how that goes.
Sure.
Daniel, you have another question?
Yeah, well, since, you know, getting since, you know, being in flux and moving out, I've been doing a lot more meditation. And I'm not getting that real connection with my guides. And I need to learn how to communicate in you know, have the guidance, you know, be clear instead of blurry in a sense, you know, where it's like I sometimes feel like I'm getting something, but in general, I'm feeling very blocked. And I know that's just a great deal of just fear on my own part.
Yeah.
Where I'm kind of yeah, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. I don't know if you've seen the emails I've sent out about the meditation challenge, but I'm going to send you that link and consider doing that, Daniel, because it's really helped a lot of people who said exactly the same thing you did. So it's a channeled book from Archangel Metatron.
Okay.
The book is in pre-release, so you sign up, you'll get a copy of the pre-release book. There's a Facebook group you can join if you want for support. Going through that 21 days of meditation it's almost like performing magic. It's helping people to connect, to hear their guides, to expand upon what they're able to do. It's been miraculous. So that would be the fastest way.
Yeah, and I wanted to share one quickly with Annette, if she's still on. There was a gal that had the snake imagery when I was quite young, 17. In fact, I wasn't old enough, but I got this tattoo. I just thought it would be funny to show, because I don't know if that may.
Ah, yes.
Kind of,
See, yes.
yeah.
Very similar to what I used to draw. That's bizarre.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how those things.
Absolutely.
And the story is a little too long, probably, but it's quite funny. But I can write it out and share with Deborah, and she could send it to you if it's something that you would enjoy, because it's a funny
Definitely.
story.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Thank
And
you.
you can
Yes.
send him your email in the chat. You can send it just to Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Where it says
Right.
to, change it to
Yeah.
Daniel and you can send him your email and then you guys can connect. That's
I
really
just put
cool.
mine in real quick.
Nobody has mentioned that the snake around a staff is the traditional historic symbol for doctors. This two snakes, caduceus is,
The Kadusha, yeah.
yes, is significant. So I don't know, worth looking at, meditating with, whatever.
Yeah. Annette, do you see my email? In the chat?
I see it, so it's there.
Okay. I'll mute then. Okay. Thank you very much. That was very helpful.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I will do the challenge for sure. So don't, as we say here in Holland.
And Cap, Joanne is saying that there are women's organizations that can help you. So
Yes, I did see that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
yeah. We're all going to send lots of love and light that you connect with the right organizations because
Thank
they are
you.
there to support you.
Thank you. Thank you. And may I ask one last question?
Yeah, quickly, because I got to go. I have an appointment.
Yes. I mean, I grew up with an abusive and violent father.
Mm-hmm.
And is there anyone for me in this life, in future?
Okay. So for Cap, is there an optimal romantic relationship? Yes, there is, but you have to work on healing yourself first before you get into a healthy relationship because you have only learned unhealthy relationships.
Yes.
So there's got to be a lot of healing, learning to love yourself, and then meeting a partner halfway.
Yes.
Have an equal relationship. So that's where those groups can help you as well. Counseling, support, whatever they can do. It's a journey of healing for you. And it's really important that you do this because you probably have had a lot of victimization in past lives. This is the lifetime where you get rid of it. So you don't take it forward to the next one.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're going to be great. Come back next month and let us know. Okay.
I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Epiphany, you wanted to elaborate?
Yeah, totally. Thank you. Just super quick. So is it, oh God, sorry. Menswear, women's wear, or both?
Okay. So for Epiphany, the optimal choice, would it be menswear? What about women's wear? So both. Yeah, both.
Both. Okay, because
don't limit yourself.
Yeah, I have an idea to incorporate both of them, and that's what I just kind of want to make sure I wasn't going to bring too much on by doing both of them. Okay.
Got really good intuition. Follow your intuition, babe, stepping through it. And maybe you focus more on one at sometimes than the other, but both are really optimal choices for you.
I got lots of ideas. Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right, take care.
You too. Tarja, what is your optimum path for health and balance? Are you here?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I've had, due to spiritual work, which was too strong for my body, I had a small stroke, but I've recovered. But I wonder, what is my best optimum health way to move on now in life?
Okay, so is it Tarja? Is that how you say it?
Pardon?
How do you say your name?
Tarja.
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 Tarja. Yes. What can you tell her about her path forward for health and balance? Take your time, go slow, no rush. You don't have a deadline here. It's a journey. So step by step, moving forward, taking care of you first. That is the most important thing you have to do. Anything else that comes for other people will come out of the love and the joy that you feel as you give that to yourself. So don't force it. They're saying beware of obligations. Don't get yourself into all these obligations that are going to interfere with your self-care. That's your highest priority right now.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they want you to know that when you choose obligation, the universe will bring you more obligation because you're saying, hey, here's Tarja, I want more obligation. So by the choices that you make, you are going to get more of the same. Does that make sense?
It does indeed. Well, quick answer going to that. There is a possible journey abroad. Would that be seen as obligation rather than something else?
So for the journey abroad, is that an optimal choice? Oh, I get a no on that.
Pardon?
It's a no. It's not an optimal choice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Janny. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Susan says thank you. Karen says thank you. Joanne says writing meditation helps you find the balance, peace, and sanity. In case that helps anybody. That's beautiful. Thank you, Joanne. Okay, you guys, we're at the top of the hour. So let's just take a moment to thank our team and wind the energy down because we've been on this high. So let's just bring it back down. So just close your eyes for a moment, take a couple of deep breaths. And visualize that beautiful column of golden white light that's beaming down, totally encompassing your body, filling you with love and light. It's warm, it's tingly, it's maybe even a little fizzy. Allow that to just permeate every molecule of your being. Absorb it. Take that with you as you move on with your day. Know that you are filled to overflowing with divine love and light. Know that you can allow that overflow to move over to others in your sphere who need it. Never from your vessel, just the overflow, the abundance. Fill yourself, come back to the divine filling station as often as you need, and then allow the overflow to bless others, because we're in a time where there's so much chaos, so much confusion, and a lot of fear. If we can allow our love and light to overflow onto those who are living in that fear and that chaos, it will lift them up. It will show them that they have other choices that they maybe haven't noticed yet. Perhaps then they will step into the love and light and join us as together we all move forward into this new promised land that awaits us as we shift into the fourth dimensional energy. So know that that promise will not be broken. It will be fulfilled. We are on our way even now. Trust in it. Keep moving forward. Keep looking up to the light. And when you get discouraged, because of course you all do at times, we have those days where we get brought down. Take that moment, process, release, and then get right back into that love and light energy, because there is an unceasing flow to you. It's all there. You can't ask for too much. Keep filling up, keep sharing, keep moving forward on your beautiful soul journey, because there is so much potential, so much amazing, magical living left to do for all of us. So with that, we just thank all of our guides for being here with us today. Thank you, Metatron, for overseeing our gathering. Thank all of you for being here. Much love and light to you. Bye, everybody.